All right. Good morning, Rando watchers. We are in for quite a day today as we are going to be watching all of the races, or all of the first three races of the matchup between Bottles on Empty and Last Locationeers in sequence this Saturday. Starting with this one, which is an Ambrosia race between Structural Mike and Ninjembro. I will be your commentator today. Maxim Barnage, and with me is Tracy.
Hey, looking forward to this one. Yeah, and not that you're going to be biased or anything, but you do have a little bit of a stake in this game because you'll be playing game 2 right after this one. So nice little doubleheader to start your Saturday morning. Everybody out there.
I mean, realistically, do I want Ninjembro to win because it's better for our team, or do I want him to lose to build tension? I mean, like it's really close.
Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, you could always be the tension builder in your match. I mean, a little cross keys will do that. But here we go. A little Ambrosia. For those of you that don't know what Ambrosia is, it's a inverted mode where you start with a sword, and the big keys are shuffled, and the boss will always have an item. Sadly, they didn't find a way to put the boots in to make it match the Light World version of Ambrosia. Although I'm convinced they could do that by having that little octopus guy in the Dark Sank. That, to me, that's where that boots hint needs to be put in. But I saw a lot of crystals on that map check, so looks like our tracker, Mindful Beast, always our MVPs. Has gotten those crystals and pendants in. Just have green pendant pod and a red crystal at Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that map check was a little soon for me to be paying attention. I don't quite have my morning coffee yet.
Yeah, I'm at 8 o'clock in the morning here, so. Mike can do a pretty standard practice if you jump into Skullwoods here. Looks like he's actually going to go do the middle of Skullwoods. A lot of runners will jump into that middle drop-down area so they can farm a bunch of bombs. Because the hardest thing at the beginning of Ambrosia, honestly, is just most of the Speeder 1 checks require money or bombs. And we don't have any when we start off. Best inverted seed I ever played had the first 2 checks, the 10 bombs and 100 rupees. I was good to go.
That sounds really convenient. A lot more convenient than this 3-heart Dark World nonsense that our runners are going through right now.
Ooh, almost getting grabbed there. Mike is doing a nice job avoiding that. Both just getting the compass in the middle of Skullwoods. Compasses and maps are not shuffled, we'll point out. Neither are small keys.
Right. So, special about I think you already covered the Ambrosia pieces, but like the big key shuffle is a novelty here compared to normal inverted.
Yep.
As you said right before the race, making it so that you don't always have to do low heart blind every single race.
Yeah, I mean, with the sword, it would be Sphere 1. So, yeah, we don't have to worry about that until we get the big key. It could still come early. Also got to point out that Ninjembro grabbed that small key so he can more easily traverse through here, whereas, his Mike is going to have to drop down this extra hole because all we've got so far is a map and a compass.
Yeah, we saw Ninjembro go left in Skullwoods first to grab that key, so we see a little bit of different routing of the dungeon between the two of them, but seems like it's gonna pretty much even out here. So this mode was just to give some context. This is the first game of this series. This was Structural Mike's choice, as Last Locationeers were the higher rated seed between Bottles on Empty and Last Locationeers. So Mike has chosen Ambrosia and is a big fan of this mode. So clearly thinking he can eke out some advantage here with his experience and mode preference.
Interesting, Mike decides to just reset to the Dark Link's house and take those bombs to Hype Cave, whereas Ninjembro is just going to keep on in the Dark World where he is. He will, of course, also get over here. Flippers from the NPC there. And a moon pearl. Well, that's a nice early moon pearl. Can't do anything with it yet because we still need a couple gloves or a glove and a hammer, just like normally. But
Little indecision from Mike there, whether he wants to go back to Link's house to, I think, maybe get some money. Like he's like right on the cusp of having all the money he needs for the early part of the game.
Yeah.
He like doesn't want to run out. But he ends up going to our friend Flomp Flomp Whizzlewomp up there.
And then Jumbo gonna do the first 4 of blind. Or sorry, of Thieves Town.
I think that's my favorite part of this mode, is just getting to see Squid Guy all the time. He
he'll give you a refill. Yeah, for 20 bucks he'll give you a refill.
He will do for 20 bucks what the old man in Sanctuary does for free. He's very much, like the, if you're good at something, never do it for free mindset.
That's right, that's right.
You can't get a refill anywhere else, and I know you need it, so I'm going to charge you.
If this is typical of any Link to the Past seed, by the time you really, really need it, it's probably not. Just 20 rupees are not going to mean much anyway. And a cane of Samaria. Not much we can do with that right now, but Turtle Rock is quite a bit more accessible in this version than normally because of certain mirror shenanigans that we can do. Might not even need a medallion. So that cane of Samaria, nice early find. One of the other quirks about Inversia is there's only one location hard locked by the myths. That is the King's Tomb. You can't mirror into it anymore because the mirrors works backwards. But and that item is locked behind myths. And anything else is locked behind myths, there's another way of getting to it. Speaking of myths, that's a glove.
One step closer to myths. The next step, probably not coming.
Yeah, and unfortunately I believe it's 30 rupees for the chess game, and Ninjambro still only has 20. Also will not be able to do the dig game.
I think it's 20.
We're gonna farm some money here.
Yep. He's got exactly enough. So this is gonna be a nice clean route. What is this advanced not stand there strats?
These are strats I can't do. Also, if you're not hitting the same one every time, why are we worrying about it? Oh, nice 100 rupee pull for Mike on the chess game.
Oh, he gets bodied by the hand, but I think he's got enough money now.
136. Yeah, he can go do the dig game now. I don't think anybody ever played that game until inverted became a thing. Maybe the occasional cross keys.
I remember there was like a thing in Bingo, like a perfect arrow game, for like way long ago. And the first time I commentated a race, no one knew how to do it. It was like, how do I do this arrow game? I keep getting blocked. Why is this so hard?
I remember playing this game vanilla the first time and being like, oh, there has to be some sort of piece of heart behind this, and you do it, and it's like, oh.
Nope, just money.
And I want to say, Ninjambro already grabbed the... Yeah, he's just trying to get his money back up, I think.
I think anticipating a potential trip to Pod. He just wants to get up to 110. Alright, so we're going to see Stumpy for the first time, and then the runners will be pretty much caught up to one another.
Just a piece of heart from Stumpy. Ninjambro saving quitting. I assume he's going to go start at Dark Link's house and get the Hype Cave stuff.
Yeah, and Mike is going to have to, again, walk to check Stumpy here. So after the early checks that everyone has to make, slight Ninjambro lead, a couple of seconds. And so now we got flippers, so we're probably going to carry those over to East Dark World.
Yep.
And probably Pod. Do
might do pyramid. Well, you could, if you're gonna swim anyway, you could always do the water portal to Catfish. But problem is, without a bow, there may not be a whole lot available.
looks
We'll
like
see.
Mike is deciding to do catfish first, which this is kind of a cool route. I like this.
Yeah, okay, from the Dark Sanctuary, that works pretty well. And I'm guessing Ninjembro not heading over to the portal, so he is just heading to pod. Maybe check the pyramid first, we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it pretty much front loads all the money you have to spend, other than the big $500 that you'll eventually possibly spend at Zora.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think he's just realizing that, like, I absolutely need to double dip this dungeon. Like, unless we find hammer and bow and big key,
That'd be pretty crazy.
all before, all before completing this set of checks. Oh wait,
Oh, boy.
there it is.
Okay, maybe we don't need to go into pod. Unfortunately, Ninjembro not going for those bits is going to go into pod. Hopefully, we find something good here, though. It is a pendant, so you don't have to necessarily ever come back. And if he gets bow locked right away, I don't think you mimic clip here. I think you just take off and leave. Unless you're really good at that mimic clip.
Just depends on how confident you are in it, yeah.
Setting up for the death warp, gets a small key, not locked out at all.
And so Mike is going to go straight into Light World CAC, it looks like.
Yep. A whole bunch of things open up in the Light World once you get access. Now, the problem with the Light World is there's no fast travel in the Light World in Inversia. You're walking everywhere. Or running if you have boots. That flute will take you around the Dark World, but not the Light World.
Yeah, it's just I mean, when both runners have to do it, it's, not too bad. But wait, speaking of
which, that's a really nice find for Ninjembro. Ooh, not necessarily hard required for Mire, because if you have Mirror, you can walk over to the Mire area. And, yeah, you just walk over the Mire area. Sorry, walk over the desert area and mirror into Mire. The mirror always hurts my brain in this mode.
It does some fun things, but like, yeah, no, I definitely am not. I actually have a tracker up just to make sure I know where we can go.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
play this mode enough.
I mean, I generally use a map tracker anyway, but I'd be lost with that one in this mode.
And we got our map check. I was pretty sure I saw a pendant on desert. I'll let our all-star tracker take care of that.
2 of them are pendants, we know that. Green pendants already found, so then whatever's not a pendant is the red crystal. And it looks like Ninjembro is going to go ahead and get his mitts, so he'll have the advantage of the flute. He'll be able to even activate it when he goes into Light World, which is really nice. Yeah, so Eastern is the other dungeon in the Light World. Is the dungeon in the Light World we have to do.
And we'll see if he also makes the same play as Mike and picks up the Smith on the way in to into Kakariko, which just seems like something you absolutely want to do, so you don't have to mess around with coming back for a second and third time if you have to do the purple chest.
Yeah, I guess inverted is kind of like cross keys, and that the Smith will follow you a lot more places than in regular modes, because we see Mike with that Smith trailing him in Blind's Hut. So
yeah, he'll pretty much go everywhere, unless you get another follower or pick up a crystal
or a crystal.
yeah.
I think he doesn't disappear from a pendant, although I've actually never watched someone do that. But that's what I've been told.
I've never tested it, and I don't want to, so.
Not in my plans either. I have taken the Smith traveling through GT a few times, though.
Yep,
It's
and
the basement.
We got all of our pendant and crystal knowledge now, as the runners are going to be cleaning up CAC checks kind of back to back. Ninjembro not getting the Smith, so this will be kind of a big deal if Smith and or purple chest leads to something.
Got our first big key, and of course, it's to a pendant dungeon. Of course, we might never see the book, and in this version, in anything inverted, book is hard required to get into desert. So in a pendant desert seed, you're kind of happy just to never see it.
Yeah, both runners just wanting to wave that. Ninjambro activating our flute, so he's going to gain his advantage here, and we get a bottle out of the Smiths, which is going to allow us also to check Sick Kid.
See what Mike gets out of that. If that's any kind of advantage. Of course, there's 3 other bottles. The odds of that one being the only one pretty slim, but it can happen.
No, but it's
Or
just
the only
like
one available.
really convenient routing.
Yep. Not as bad for Ninjambro though, just because he has that flute and get back here anytime, and it's only 20 rupees anyway. So if he never gets back to that, he'll be fine.
So really, just purple chest being the main thing that they want to not see.
Mike, using his knowledge, getting those rupees for the good bee. I have a neat little trick. If you give the bee to the bottle vendor, he will give you 100 rupees. Apparently, he likes bees.
And did Ninjambro miss the back of blinds? Was he just out of bombs?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously going back for something here. Oh, he hasn't done any of it.
Oh, he hasn't done it at all. I guess he just... I don't know.
I'm guessing he must not have had bombs when he came here, and so prioritize, or not enough bombs to cover everything. Not a bad route to do it this way, because you can, if you have like 2 bombs, I'm guessing that's what he had. He went and did the well and went and did the chicken hut on the way to possibly having to buy bombs. Event looks like he must have picked up a 3-pack somewhere.
We got a big key on race team. Yeah.
The Eastern. Hey, it's a good big key. That's one we need. Looks like Ninjambro's going to do the north checks here instead of going south. I can do Lost Woods.
I think Mike prioritizing that shovel, which is leading him down this way.
Yeah,
also
that could
be. K45 for free, as is tradition in this mode.
Both of them skipping arrows at the same time.
Who needs them? Don't even have a bow.
Yeah. And there's a tree pool with arrows too.
And more arrows.
More arrows. A big key. This one we might need. We hope not to need that one.
Yeah, it's all a lot of just minor differences from the 2 runners that add up. Nice big 20 there. I think that was stun prize that he just.
It was. That's a nice stun prize.
And so we've got Dam into South Shore, and then Lumberjack. I don't know. Does Ninjambro go up here? Does he go up to? Wait, no. That would take.
You have to do it from the Dark World, don't you?
You have to do it from the Dark World. This is Bumper Cave. So he's gonna probably head down and check back.
I'm guessing back of Escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have some South Shore checking from Mike. Just a piece of heart as the flooded item. Gonna head over to Mini Moldorm Cave. And of course, Graveyard Ledge also free in this version. There's no way to do the mirror in such a way that it makes sense to have these as mirror checks.
Yeah, I always like when they announced this as a mode, I was like, how are they going to handle that? And like, while it was a solution that was like kind of like, oh, that's really cool, but like, I kind of want to use the mirror for those locations. The more you think about it, it's like, okay, what are they going to do? Like, just like remap the entire cave wholesale into the dark world?
Yeah, that'd be really difficult.
It'd be almost impossible.
Oh, that's a hammer and a big key to Thieves Town. That
is a very nice payoff for back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And what's even That's really good for Ninjembro. He can go back and do Thieves Town anytime he wants, and has plenty of hearts to do it with.
Yeah, very healthy start. I just noticed that.
Yeah, and we now have Blue Mario, because Blue Mail's sitting on Lake Hylia Island. And right, we have to do Sanctuary here as a separate check. Just the map.
So we'll see how far he continues this. He's not heading any further east.
No, I mean, it's not much that direction anyway.
This
unless you want to walk to... Yeah, you don't see this screen every day.
So he's heading for a Hyrule Castle then.
Yeah. Yeah, that screen, I only really use it in very niche cases in cross keys, especially when I have a castle start for Sanctuary. But yeah, looks like he wants to do this entire castle area. Do Uncle first. Meanwhile, Mike's gonna head over to Ice Rod Cave. I mean, this is what you get with this mode, because when the light world opens up, everything opens up so much. And, you know, we have some sort of established conventions on how to do this in regular modes, but in these inverted modes, you might get this complete divergence. I do fully expect each one is going to trace the other's footsteps. So I fully expect Mike will get that Thieves Town big key and that other and the hammer. The one thing I don't know that Mike's getting anytime soon is that flute. You know, how useful it's going to be anyway, but definitely going to be nice fast travel in the Dark World for Ninjembro.
So Mike is going to clean up getting rupees for Zora and then presumably go there, but he also just picked up Bombos, which between the hammer that we know Ninjembro has, which I can't imagine that Mike will dodge for very long. Back of escape's a pretty dense location. That opens up Ice Palace.
Yep. Another one of those fun, usually earlier spheres in inverted than in normal modes, because you can just once you have flippers, you can just swim there.
Yeah, I mean, they could have gone in as early as like a couple minutes in as soon as they had those slippers, but they couldn't do anything there without Bombos or a fire sword.
They could stare at the ice guy. I'm not sure what those enemies are called, and not be able to kill it.
Those are Freezors.
Freezors, I do know that name. I don't know why I forgot it. Because it's only 8:30 here. That's why. I'll blame that. Ooh, Turtle Rock big key. That is a hard required big key.
So this is actually really interesting. I mean, like, Hyrule Castle kind of like a de facto pendant dungeon, right? Like, not what you really want to do.
Yep.
So, both players gaining some pretty clear advantage from their route. That Ice Rod Cave is really, really far away in this mode with no flute to 8 available.
Yeah. Jeremy looks like he's setting up the Death Warp here, but I'm pretty sure okay, he probably just wants to stay in the light world. Or not, he's saving and quitting.
Probably just force a habit.
Yeah, because Dark Cross is a small key. Since he has not picked up the small key, and you can tell because he has 0 keys. Just bombs at Zora. So that's a big waste of money.
Alright, so Ninjembro now going to do the south short checks this way through the dark light world.
This hammer will make this...
You call it? Light world portal? Is that the proper term?
I'll just call it a portal.
That's fine. That's fine.
Just keep it simple.
Gotcha.
It's already brain-breaking mode.
And Mike picks up the mushroom, so that opens up...
TBD. Actually, we have fake powder available even.
Yep, that opens up fake powder for him. Though...
yes, I think he's going to actually just turn into what he's walking, but there are other choices here.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he wants to prioritize fake powder though, just because like his clear of CAC was much more complete.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're Ninjembro and you get that mushroom, and you still have smiths available that you can route really conveniently with fake powder, maybe you do that. But like, yeah, I think the mushroom turn-in is absolutely right for Mike here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that is a hook shot, and you're not resetting that. We're gonna need real powder for that.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, to be fair, if because we have the Canis Amaria, it would not be a terrible play if one of the runners were to say, do the fake power and then turn in the mushroom. This is not one of those situations where you don't have that option ahead of time, but...
Yep, and Mike about to presumably get his hammer.
Yep.
We'll need that big key to Turtle Rock from Escape, so let's see if he goes there as well.
Yeah, that's a harder one to get back to. At least from this location.
And will get his bombos from the Ice Rod Cave here, taking the long wait. But he doesn't have money.
No, so he's not doing Zora. I mean, he might do the flippers checks without Zora, but he's obviously not going to actually do Zora. Because I don't see him farming the 20 rupee cave to get to 500. That's slow, boring, annoying, and nobody wants to do it.
Yeah, there's no way he does that. Alright, I mean, it's pretty early in this seed, but is there any chance, like, we've gotten a lot of items. I mean,
Yeah.
how far are we from go mode? And I mean, it's probably worth looking at.
Well, we need a bunch of big keys. So we'll just start there.
Do we really need that many? I mean, like, we need Mire, right?
Yeah, we need Mire. Logically, we need ice. We don't actually need ice. Skull Woods, we don't need. Swamp House, we don't need. Hair is a pendant, so we don't care. Technically, we would need that if it wasn't. We need a bow. We need a Fire Rod, Ice Rod. Boots and Quake, a big unknown. Actually, probably don't need boots, but we want them.
So I'm counting Mire big, Fire Rod, Ice Rod, bow, right? As far as items that we know.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, like, that's not a lot. I mean, we're only 25 minutes in.
Granted, something's going to be hiding in a bad spot, because
of course
that's what happens.
Yeah, it does not matter how fast you get your first X items. It only matters is when you find that last item.
Last one. Yeah, many a jet seed has turned it very not jet with an ice rod hunt or equivalent.
Question in chat, is mirror required also? Do they need mirror?
They need mirror. They still need mirror for swamp. True. It's just the actual way of getting into swamp is a little bit different. In terms of you start in the light world, drain the dam, and then you just simply mirror to the dark world.
Yep.
Like I said, mirror breaks my brain. Of all the things, it's the mirror that gets me. I'm guessing Jumbo's going to go ahead and get his mushroom, which is really good for him. And we'll see how long it takes him to actually turn it in. If he just goes for the fake for the fake powder as well. Before he does the actual turn-in.
Mike getting denied by Flomp Flomp Wizzlewomp for only having 17 rupees.
That's what you get for spending $500 on some bombs at Zora.
You want hearts for these down? I'm gonna need a little sugar there, buddy. Hook me up.
Yeah, and to go a little further on that mirror, the mirror can potentially be required to get into Turtle Rock. With some get to the ledges in the light world now, so that you can actually mirror into some parts of Turtle Rock. May or may not need the Turtle Rock medallion.
That is true.
Okay, and Jempro saving and quitting his mushroom. We'll see what he does with it.
Yeah, that's not great. And similarly, Mike abandoning that Hyrule Castle check and not getting his Turtle Rock big. So
yeah, that's a big one.
It's going to be the race of who gets back to their kind of weird location. Ninjembro flexing that flute right away. I guess he didn't have money for this the first time?
Yeah, I think it is 30 rupees. I think he only had 20.
Yep.
So, yeah, couldn't do it. Let's see what he chooses. Is he going to go grab the Smith now? No, he's just going to go do... He might grab the Smith after Thieves Town, but he's going to go ahead and do Thieves Town. Thieves Town without boots kind of sucks, but, you know, you can't be waiting for it. It's a crystal, it's full clear, but you should do it.
I have to imagine that kind of line of thought that I talked about with the fake powder is coming up for Ninjembro, and he's like, oh well, I can fake powder here, so I may as well. Not realizing that the mushroom turn-in is something that he's absolutely going to need.
Yeah, fortunately, he doesn't need it for this dungeon in particular. So, getting that hookshot a little bit later and getting a little bit of extra knowledge, not bad things. But sadly, he has to do this first, because once he goes into the light world, unless we find a mirror, I won't be able to get back. So, gonna go ahead and do this, and then perhaps do some cat cleanup that he couldn't do earlier, or chose not to do earlier.
I know Mike has been like pushing this mode really strongly in terms of like really liking Ambrosia, and I just haven't played a lot of it, but like I'm starting to become a believer. This is a really fun race.
Yeah, I mean the mode has this nice twists and turns that you don't get in other regular modes, so it definitely makes it a fun thing.
And so yeah, I mean, a lot of just like, okay, well, Ninjembro is going to be up the fake powder check. We have these 2 split checks between the hookshot and the Turtle Rock Big Key. Ninjembro's got that flute from Pod, which doesn't confer as much of an advantage as flute normally does. So like, is that going to add up?
Yeah.
Like we don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, the one thing I will say though is that I figure Ninjembro probably gets that hook shot before Mike gets the Turtle Rock Big Key. Mainly hook shot, first of all, gates more. Second of all, those early fetch quests, I find that when they show up, it's early enough still, I think that you want to follow it. Whereas Front of Escape, that's one of those, like he calls it that extra pendant dungeon. Like, if you can avoid it, you're going to avoid it. And it looks like Thieves Town just had nothing in it today.
And Ninjembro skipping the final checks.
Yeah, he must have gotten all the items already.
Yeah, it must have.
Because normally, I mean, I muscle memory that chest even if I know it has nothing most of the time. It's more of a chore to remember to not open it than it is to open it.
Ninjembro getting a little off script there. You never want to see Blind go to the bottom.
Yeah, we do have blue mail, so he should be fine.
Yep.
And lots of hearts.
Just sacrificing some time. And Mike immediately heading to Ice Palace. I like this play. You got to clear it. You've already got Kane. It doesn't even get
nice there too.
Doesn't even get that much faster with boots because of all the ice everywhere.
Yeah, the thing I wouldn't like about it as a player is fighter sword cold stare. Not my favorite thing in the world. But from a logic standpoint, completely unlogic. Could have the things you need. Every dungeon has an extra item in it, of course, because of the big keys being shuffled, and of course, one always being on the boss. Oh, that's the other thing. We talked about this earlier, but it does allow you. That may have been why Ninjembro skipped that chest, because you only have to count three items. I guess it's still 4 items, but because of the big key. But once you've got 4 items, the boss has the last one. And Ninjembro also going straight into Ice Palace. I would have liked to have seen either that fake powder or the mushroom turn-in, possibly the smith turn-in. We know the smith turn-in is nothing, but he was in that area. Could have gone into the light world and done that stuff.
I think he's just doing that whole like lazy flute routing. It's
yeah.
Like, I got the flute. I'll come back. How bad could it be? Nice.
That was a nice,
setup.
nice bomb strat. It's one of the fastest strats if you do that right, honestly. Kane of Samaria makes this dungeon so much better in general. I tend not to like to go in here if I don't have at least one of Kane or Hookshot. Mike has both, and Ninjembro has the Kane.
I did just realize that we did miss another item in our go mode hunt, which is we do need a second sword at some point.
Yes, we do. I tend to kind of ignore that this early, just because you just expect
Of course.
another sword to come up. But yeah, we absolutely need at least one more sword, and you know, it's one of those things where I don't know about you, but I find myself sword hunting a lot worse for some reason when I have starting swords than when I don't. Hey, here's a sword. We could just put the other three way deep in the logic. You'll be fine.
And it just came to me because I'm like, oh well, they're gonna have to do a fighter sword cold stare fight here, which is no fun under any circumstance. Even though there shouldn't be much danger of death here with their setup, like it's still like, okay, how much hammer strats do I want to do?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of doing this fight without the fire rod if I don't have a good sword.
Because those fighter sword spins are slow, so slow. That's my strat, because I just don't want to die.
Yeah, I mean, even a master sword. I like master sword spins. You can sometimes get double spins and maybe hit two at once.
And we see Ninjembro routing to Ice-T from the top, and Mike doing it from the front. So I think Ninjembro's route's gonna end up a touch faster. As he made up a little bit of ground because we saw that he was behind at Thieves Town by using that flute to 8. So just that incremental advantage, kind of creeping up, you know.
Yep. These simultaneous bombos activations. That's always fun.
Fortunately, it doesn't like double the game lag because we'd be here all day.
That would be horrible.
This is working out very cleanly for Mike. Hasn't taken a hit yet. Charging up spins when they're grouped. Getting in hammer hits otherwise. Making it look easy when it very much is not.
Yeah, those hammer hits are not easy to do.
Once you're down one puff, the fight is just so much easier.
Oh, for sure. But those icicles still like to hit you.
Very nice grouping from Ninjembro.
Yeah, I think he got 4 hits in before they got out of the corner, which is really good with the hammer.
Wow,
oh, wow.
That was so clean.
I thought Mike's fight was good. That was even better. Just bombs on the boss, though. I see the third person on your team wanting to learn that fight. Holy, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, you just watched it, Maniacal. I mean, the strategy is just like what, like get good, like. I don't know what else to say. That's my strategy for learning that fight. I'm very bad at it, so that's no disrespect intended, but.
Okay, first look at the Mire area. We need ether to get in, which we have.
Yeah, Puffs in corner, win. That's the strat.
And Ninjembro gets a bottle of blue. I think that's his first bottle. Right, because the first one was on the one that Mike got was on the Smith, and that blue goo is definitely more useful than the bee.
So Ninjembro has no taste for potentially a fireless Mire dip.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call. And no big key yet. Still hasn't turned in that mushroom, which is really unfortunate since he's going to the dark, going to the mountain. That hookshot would have allowed him to do hookshot cave. Allows for easy. I don't know how much it helps other than that. Normally you would need the hookshot to go east to west, west to east, but.
Yeah, it looks like both headed to the mountain, and Mike's gonna be up all of those hookshot checks.
Yep. But it's gonna take longer to get there because he has to go through the old man cave, which I don't think Ninjembro even bothered doing. With the flute, you don't necessarily need the save quit spot. This is actually a really slow check, as you're going to see Mike dragging the old man all over the place just to get him back home. So honestly, unless this is an item, Ninjambro could really... This is a required item, Ninjambro could just skip this. Don't know if that's his plan, but...
Question in chat, what was the portal/ladder outside of GT? Do you wanna handle that?
Yeah, so normally in the light world, you'd use a mirror to get through this area, but we need to come up with another way. So by putting that ladder there, you can get to the other side of the mountain. You'll see changes like that throughout, because you have, for instance, like right here is a perfect example. Normally you would be able to get to the floating island, but we can't have... It's too difficult to switch the terrain, so you would be able to get to a Dark World version of that. So we just have the extra bridge. And same thing with Mimic Cave. Mimic Cave, very accessible in this mode. So there's a drop down to it. Only bombs.
Yeah, so this route making a lot of sense for both runners. Both of them going to be able to get Paradox, Super Bunny, Spiral.
Yep.
Hera if they want it. The mic is...
saving and quitting. He may just be... Yeah, he's just gonna save and quit to the mountain, because it looks like there was nothing at Spectacle Rock Cave.
Got it.
Red mail's nice. We don't really need it. I mean, I always like to get at least one mail upgrade. Green to blue is a lot more significant than blue to red. But you don't really turn it down. You're just like, well, I just would have rather had something else.
I think the main feature of red mail is being on more tilt when you die.
Never thought of it that way, but yeah, I
because
think
like blue mail saving you from all the things that you die from. There's that Quake medallion that we need for
all the medallions.
So, but yeah, most of the things that are going to kill you are the things that just do that static damage, like you know, not static, but like you know, Ganon bats still deal 2. A lot of the enemies in, you know, Castle Tower Climb or GT Climb deal a static 1/2 heart, so like doesn't matter whether you're on red or blue, and those are the things you die to. Like, doesn't matter that like mini Moldorms now deal 1/4 heart of damage.
That is
that, right?
That's an absolutely horrible hookshot cave. Because all it had was the book, and we don't want to see that.
Could be a good one for Mike.
I mean, if there's something behind the book, then yeah. I mean, obviously, then it turns out to be really good. But wow, it's definitely not the item you're looking for. And a big key in Hera Basement. Oh,
wait a minute.
No, thank you. Can we return that? And we'll see if Ninjambro proceeds forward, because he can now. No hookshot for Herapot, but it does have the big key to proceed forward if he wants to. It looks like he's expecting
that.
No, I don't think he was.
I think he just one of these 2 checks and get out, and he's like, "Oh, turn now I'm here."
I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about Herapot, because I don't have a hookshot. Not even the green pendant.
So I feel like the more this seed is laying out, the more I'm feeling that like that mirror is going to be kind of the make or break item here.
Or a bow.
And there's
of course, there's another one out there, but that could be a hard required bow. We don't know. The other one could be in GT, or the other one could just be lying at the first check of Eastern Palace. You never know. Of course, first check of Eastern Palace being bow is not a great location either, because no one wants to go there without it. So.
There was the question of where did Mike pick up that Eastern Big, and my memory's kind of failing me on that one.
I thought it was Big Game. I thought Ninjambro had it.
I don't know.
Cat'll correct if I'm wrong. And just a single error on Moldorm. Race game. Ninjambro hasn't done race game, huh? Okay.
I mean, we can maybe see
it's
they
the light
paused.
world equivalent. That's a pretty orphan location if he hasn't done it yet. That's a little scary.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, we've been talking about this potential for fake powder for like 20 minutes now, and he hasn't done
Yeah,
it.
could still do it.
Doing it would take him right by there. So
the notion race game and Smith are not really hand in hand. You have to still get the Smith from the dark world and turn him in the light world. So you had to grab him, go into the light world through the portal, and then come back. And the race game is kind of just south of that. It doesn't really go kind of in the same area, but yeah, I wouldn't lump them together.
looks like Ninjembro is going straight back for Pod after getting that bow.
That's an interesting choice. I thought for a second he was going to go into Eastern, but yeah, if he doesn't have the big key, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't like this. He already scored a flute out of Pod. I feel like clean up some of those light world checks.
I think he.
I mean,
he might
we need
like have this big key because he like hovered over the hammer for like half a second, and then I think decided Pod's a green pendant. I'm gonna get the green pendant first so that I can turn it into Zahasral, or else I'm never getting it.
Yeah, the other thing I don't like about this though is we don't have a fire source. Pod, Dark Turtles, I still think is one of the, if not the worst dark room you can do. Now, if you have a fire rod, then it's trivialized because you just light the torch. So, you know, the stuff in so we'll see if he actually finishes the dungeon. Maybe he's hoping to find that fire source here. Either one for Pod will do. And
chat bringing up that our silver arrows today are on the Ether medallion or Ether, Ether tablet.
Oh.
So very, very convenient. No, because GT's in a different location. Oops, not that convenient.
Yeah, completely not convenient.
Wildly inconvenient. The exact opposite of what I said.
Yeah, I don't know that Mike comes back for those. That's way out of the way. And Ninjembro, I would say Ninjembro is probably a little more likely to get it just because maybe he gets that book. And by the time he goes to Hookshot Cave, he might be in a position to check that. And just get the item instead of just reading the tablet. It wouldn't surprise me if neither one of them ends up getting it.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most likely case.
Just bombs in the big chest.
Moldorm, getting active.
Yeah, well, Mike's got to get that single arrow, right? No, of course not. He's hoping for something better than that. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, maybe he'll get his silvers and he'll have exactly one arrow left for the Ganon fight at the end. I called a reference the other day where Runner went into the Ganon fight with exactly 200 rupees, which is exactly 4 silver arrows, so it can happen.
Yeah, Moldorm was being a bit of a bully today, but Mike got through it. He's got his probably useless pendant.
Hopefully useless pendant. Although if Ninjembro ends up with does go ahead and finish Pod, be interesting to see if he follows that book straight to Desert if he's not in go mode at the time.
Alright, let's see where Mike is headed. Looks like to Pod.
No, I mean, he'll get his flute if he does that.
Yep.
And I don't think we've seen literally anything else other than rupees and other junk items in Pod so far.
It doesn't seem like it.
But yeah, Ninjembro is going to go finish this off.
And then we will definitively after this determine whether or not he has that key.
Yeah.
Doing some pro quick swapping and not showing us any pause menus to take a look at. So
yeah, the dark side of quick swap, it makes our jobs and more importantly the tracker's jobs more difficult. Again, shout outs to Mindful Beast, our tracker today, doing a wonderful job as always.
And I mean, like, what's really important here? Like,
The trackers. I mean,
yeah.
I always say we can do a restream without commentaries, but we can't do it without trackers.
Very true. Very, very true. And Mike heading straight to Eastern does not really care for that pod play at all.
It has no interest in pod.
Thus far seems pretty right, so...
Yeah. And Jumbo pounding the heck out of those turtles. This room is terrible. Like I said, I try to avoid this room without a fire source. Maybe not at all costs, but it's hard for me to justify going in here when you know you can't beat the game without a fire source. You know? Okay, but he does it. He gets through it. A little slower than you would usually do, but once you get past that, the rest is easy.
Yep. Ironically, a room where red mail does actually matter quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, red mail can definitely save your butt in that room.
Difference between a half heart and a quarter heart from those turtles is immense. All right, so this is either going to be a big one for Ninjembro or end up being a complete waste of time. So let's find out which it is.
I think he has 2 chances for it to be a good. Ah, missed that one last arrow.
Yeah, you can never tell when he's going to move.
I know, right? Oof. Bugnet's definitely not what you're looking for.
We still have one more off the green pendant.
Yeah, he's got to come back around though to do that.
Alright, where to next, Ninjembro?
Right back to he's gonna go turn that green pendant in. And I don't know that did Mike do Saha? I don't think he did. I don't think we've seen Saha yet. It's not uncommon to do Saha after Eastern when it's convenient to you know, when you have a glove to pick up that rock and such. Big key to Swamp. One of those fetch quest big keys that is not required for anything but opening up the chest. There are 4 fetch quest big keys, 2 of which are logically required and 2 which aren't, Ice and Hera. The Hera one with the caveat that the hookshot can be behind it and can be required. And then of course Swamp and Skull Woods where the big key is never needed unless there's an item in the big chest. Because in the vanilla game, the big chest item is hard required to get to hard required with no glitches to get to the back anyway, so they don't bother with a big key door.
Yep. And Ninjembro heading for Eastern, so we will see.
And yeah, to be clear, I call them fetch quest keys for the way they can be orphaned in the check. So if you're gonna get them before. Get them before you dip the dungeon.
Alright, so Ninjembro entering Eastern Palace right as Mike is about to finish. Mike having a little trouble with his red Igors.
Yeah, and if he doesn't have, and assuming he doesn't have the big key, this is going to be an unfortunate double dip. With that big key being in such an what is generally an easy location. Oh, yeah, Master Sword. That's nice. We are now we have a sword that can kill Ganon, so always a good thing.
Yeah, so the more this seed advances, the more especially with that full pod dip that turned up next to nothing.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to give advantage to Mike right now. Since he's up that hook shot, he's up the hook shot cave checks. He's ahead in Eastern.
Yeah, the big thing for Mike is when does he get to the front of Escape for his Turtle Rock big key? And the problem for Ninjembro is he's kind of orphaned that race game, and it's a single check. And I mean, I guess there's a couple of checks on the way because you can do K45, and he has the shovel to do dig game on the way over there. But
Yep, and he's
if
not.
he didn't do it initially, he might not go back to it sooner. Whereas eventually, Mike's going to be like, "Well, my biggest density play is going to be front of escape." Now, both of them probably don't get to either of those locations for a while.
Right. It's extremely unlikely that Mike last location's front of escape, but like, how long is it going to take Ninjembro to get to those two disparate?
Yep.
The mushroom check and the and the race game check. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we haven't seen him turn in that mushroom. I get those fetch quests. I like to turn them in. Yeah, it's a little less. You can't flute there, which definitely hurts. Whereas in a regular mode, you can just flute there, but you can still, route it in with that fake flipper. If you're doing other parts of the light world.
And Mike turning in his fetch quest key for nothing. Ninjembro continuing to utilize that flute to great effect.
He might be grabbing the smith now. If he is, then that might lead him to those other light world checks.
Oh yeah, almost certainly.
Might even do that fake powder we've been talking about.
Hey.
let's do it. If you haven't turned that mushroom in for this long, I think you're almost obligated to do the fake powder.
The fact that we haven't done real powder, we haven't found real powder yet, leads me to believe that fake powder is probably going to turn up nothing.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well. But it's nice to turn that mushroom in and be like, yeah, don't have to worry about there being something on that fake powder.
I don't think
also, it doesn't hurt if you can route in the fake powder nicely. It doesn't hurt. Nice cape. That if you find the powder, you no longer, and you're still not in go mode. You don't have to think about whether to go back for it. Yeah, I've already done it. Yeah, Ninjembro turning in his bottle for some rupees and is about to get another bottle. This purple chest is going to be a big moment too. Ah, yes, we're going to use we're doing some fake power. You don't turn on your Cane of Samaria when there's no enemies. Sorry, Cane of Burna, where there are no enemies. Gosh, trying to run out your magic with Cane of Samaria would be truly painful.
Desperate times.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I've seen it. If that's your only magical item.
There was a scary moment where Ninjembro was rifling through items and hit a blue bottle. Oh, that's big. That is the big key to Mire in purple chest.
Ooh, yeah, that is big.
That is absolutely required.
And those arrows, absolutely not required.
And so Mike is probably going to carry this in a desert, I imagine?
I don't know. I mean, it is still a pendant. You did get that book, but there's no reason for him to believe that anything behind the book is advantage Mike, because that hookshot just wasn't in that bad spot.
Alright, so time for some feel bad moments from Ninjembro.
Yeah, a classic. I was just in the dungeon. And he's not even gonna do it blindly, which, is pretty normal, but...
Yep.
Now has to go back and get it.
Very quickly transitioning from, ooh, a big key, I need that, to, I hate this mode. Nothing on Desert Ledge, but yeah, Mike is going to carry this all the way in the desert. Just, responsibly clearing everything he can.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Ninjembro ends up here if this turns out to be something, just because by the time he does get that hook shot, and now he can turn in that mushroom without any worries about what's going on in the magic bat. Once he gets that book, he might follow that book.
It looks like that's what he's gonna do, because he's gonna. I don't think he's done this shovel check, so I
Nope,
think he's gonna do
not.
K45 and shovel, and then
And then
probably
flipper
fake flipper.
too.
Yep, or regular
Or fake
flipper.
Yeah, I was gonna say fake flipper. We're so used to that location. I've even seen on multiple occasions runners set up for the fake flipper in that exact location because you're just so used to, especially if you're a cross keys player. A lot of cross keys players, that's the first thing they do. So
don't I know it?
It's just muscle memory. Oh no, he's not gonna do it. Never mind.
So he went from fake flipper skip for the real flipper
to real flipper
to fake
skip.
flipper skip by skipping and failing to do it at all.
Is he gonna do the purple chest right now? That'd actually be really good for him.
Yep, this makes sense. But and then hammer pegs, of course, too, which we know is nothing. Yep. But
that'll get him near that fake flipper location.
Fake flipper, skip.
We must be boots locked here because Mike not finishing desert, which isn't a terrible thing when it's a dungeon you don't really want to do anyway. Okay, everybody's got a cape now.
And Mike is going where? This can't be pod, can it?
It can. I don't know what else he would be doing over here. That'll give Ninjumbo a bunch of time back. The flute doesn't open anything for him. So if he's going to go into pod, he's not going to stop at the flute likely.
Well, right now without the mirror, it does actually open Mire. It's like we could find a mirror in Mire,
Oh yeah, that's right.
But yeah, neither of them want to do that because they don't have any fire source and don't want to go into Mire and then leave behind an important item. But the more the sea progresses, the more it's looking like that might be the play. We haven't found anything behind these mitts. Besides this Mire big, right? We haven't found anything else behind the mitts, right?
Nope. Where are... Oh, Aegina.
Yep. Does not have the book yet, so can't do...
Yeah, that's why I was asking, he can't do the tablet yet.
So, I mean, this makes sense for Mike, though. I mean, this and Hyrule Castle are pretty much the only two things you have left, and this is much more item dense. So, pretty sensible, but obviously, doesn't seem like the correct play based on the layout of the seed. And Ninjumbo is doing the slow walk out of Agina's cave, so...
Checkerboard.
Gotta check checkerboard, but I imagine this is a save and quit coming.
Yeah, I imagine as well. Yep. So that mushroom turn and really, really hard orphaned. I don't know what else he has left, to be honest.
Just not a lot, honestly, because the rest are hookshot checks.
Yeah. He can go into Skullwoods, can't finish it, and check. Did he get the Skullwoods big key? I guess he could, because I guess he could do that.
Yes, he does. He does have that. That was in the vanilla big key chest in Eastern.
Okay. So you could go do that. I was gonna check Pyramid Ledge. It looks like. And Pyramid Fairy probably not going to be anything with Turtle Rock needing so many things to finish. I'm trying to think what even could be behind that at this point. Strangely enough, I'm pretty certain that if Mirror were to show up, the Turtle Rock wouldn't stop, say, Pyramid Fairy from being a lamp. But, actually, you know what? Eastern wouldn't either, because you could have the Fire Rod to get to the backs. That would be some funny lamp logic. Okay. Oh, Ninjumbo's just gonna go ahead and finish Eastern. I mean, it is a crystal dungeon that this makes a ton of sense. He's gonna get his Master Sword out of it. He knows it's an item because it's in Rosia.
And I mean, the way it's looking, I mean, Mire is pretty much got to be the answer, right? I mean, we don't have much else, and Ninjumbo is going to get the hook shot, and then have to think, what does that open up? Okay, well, I got Hookshot Cave, But then the next one is, well, that opens up Mire.
Yeah, I mean, if Ninjembro gets that hook shot and heads up and does hook shot cave, I think he gets silvers, which would make Mire just that much better. So if that's the path he goes, they just definitely get him there sooner.
Yeah, I feel like the world traversal is going to put him a bit behind though.
Yeah, and to answer the question, Shaq, I don't believe either one of them has done Spike Cave. Definitely open to them because we have both safety items and lots. Actually, I mean, 14 hearts. You can, if you have full hearts going in, you can make it all the way to the back. Although I'm not sure you can do it without hook shot to help you.
Annoying dark rooms abound.
Yep. That's my second least favorite dark room, the one Ninjembro just went in through. Used to be the Mire one, but you know, once you learn the Mire one, it's not too bad. I think it's the hardest one to learn though.
The Eastern dark room is always perfectly fine until it's not.
Yeah. So true. Okay, Mike's not gonna finish the dungeon. So
Spike Cave.
Yeah. We were just talking about that with chat. And yes, we do still need a mirror for Swamp. So, it'd be a go mode Swamp though, that's never a bad thing.
There's your Master Sword and a Crystal.
Yay, Master Sword. Yay, sword that can actually do damage on the final boss. Yeah, Mike's got 15 hearts. Like he doesn't have to use his safety items. You just get through this. I think you can even do it with 13 if you're really good and really just don't mess up. But I wouldn't want to try it without at least 14.
Spike Cave's not the answer that we're looking for.
No, I'm not surprised, but you know, you check it. This could be the mushroom finally, because it looks like Ninjembro is going to go ahead and go into the light world over here.
And then I imagine, like, if I'm Ninjembro, like, I have no fire source, I'm almost certainly doing Hookshot Cave. Especially, you know, I have Spike Cave access too.
Oh, 100%. So he's going to get those silvers, and then suddenly the Vidi fight becomes trivial, even if you can't check everything. You know there's an item there too, so...
So it looks like, I mean, without those checks, they were probably going to converge on Mire at the same time. But with those checks, I think Mike is probably going to have, I don't know, maybe
he's got other
half.
Oh,
he's still going to do Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, he has not done Hyrule Castle, and there's something else looks like. Oh, he's got to activate the flute. Duh.
Yep.
That's kind of important. Okay, so Ninjembro gets his hook shot. Let's see if Ninjembro flutes the mountain to finish that up.
Tofile and check, the mushroom check, skip. Tracy's like, darn, I would have turned that in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I should be playing an indie league.
Those. Oh, no, I shouldn't. I mean, for me, it might be a. I turn in those fetch quests early, but you know when they come up early. Oh wait, we were wrong. Ninjembro is just gonna go into Mire. I'm really surprised.
I think he
doesn't do the hook shot.
I think he just feels behind, probably after getting that hook shot that was
I don't blame him.
Pretty early sphere, so late. So
I mean, we know he's not missing anything on the mountain unless we've seen everything behind the book until boots show up. So.
Yeah, so I feel like this has to be the answer.
We're definitely going to finish the dungeon. We may or may not be able to full clear it. There certainly could be a map compass over there on that left side.
No, neither runner has checked ped.
Oh, Ninjembro can't. Mike
statement
could,
remains
but there's no reason to check ped right now because you can't do because it looks like if Desert is boots locked, and technically you need a lamp for pod, logically speaking. There's really no reason to check ped when it's not in logic. Unless it's super convenient.
Does no one think of chat?
Yeah, apparently. I think some people do. I don't. Other than to answer their questions. But I always like to say there are much worse things than ped, and that is a fire rod in the big chest. Oh my.
Well, there we go.
Which ironically does not make Meyer logically clearable, but we're gonna do it anyway.
It's gonna make both runners sweat though, because that's been available.
That's been sitting there for a long time.
For quite some time.
It looks like I wasn't counting the items, but it looks like Mike is just gonna go to the back. The 2 items and then the last item on the boss. Again, remember, since big keys are shuffled, there's an extra item, and the big keys will count as an item.
It seems like it, but also there is the idea that Mike is pretty allergic to cutscene chests from what I've seen of his previous routing. So
I mean, can you blame him? It's a terrible check, but
it's like 40 seconds waiting for that darn wall to move.
It's terrible. In this situation, I wasn't counting the items, but if there's still an item left, you know it's over there on that side. Potentially it might be the compass chest, could be the cutscene. The cutscene when you can take it right into the boss is not as bad as it otherwise could be. So
Mike's teammate confirming their known allergy. So so compass over here so far. So
I think there has to be. I think there has to be something here.
Can this be a key?
Not if only if the big key shows up in the other spot. And I think that holds true for key sanity modes too. Just you're not going to likely get that situation in key sanity modes where you get exactly the big key and the small key. Although I have twice gotten vanilla big key in cross keys in Meyer.
So I like this being lamp.
I think that'd be hilarious.
And then to item on Vidi, just like enter Meyer, go on rope to the end.
Sadly, just 20 rupees. So there's a good chance that whatever's on Meyer isn't very interesting. Or sorry, whatever's on Vidi. Did I say Meyer? What the? Whatever's on Vidi.
It's in Meyer?
It is in Meyer.
I'll give you credit for that one.
One of Mike's teammates saying that he's going to be in trouble for not using a hookshot strat.
General disapproval of those Meyer Dark Rooms. Meanwhile, I think Maniacal and I are probably less knowledgeable on average than Ninjembro about the game, so like we can't even criticize them. I don't even know what the hookshot strat is.
I mean that cold stare fight.
No.
I mean, yeah. Let's not forget that cold stare fight that he had.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Spoke too soon. That's fine.
He's got a bottle. He's
just
fine.
Just down that blue. You're good. You won't need that later.
To be fair though, if you want a potion in inverted, it's really annoying to have to go back for it. I don't think he's going to, but.
And Mike finishes up Meyer with very large health refill. Probably headed to Skullwoods next, I imagine.
Yeah, makes sense. Ninjembro could potentially save a little bit of time there by not checking the big chest. Apparently there's an item under the bridge, and of course, this being Inversia, there's an item on Moth.
And so Mike's cutscene chest allergy definitely paying some dividends. Because that was probably nearly a minute that he just picked up, where it seemed pretty even there for a little while.
And Jembro using my favorite Vidi strat, Cape Sword, although it's much more fun with the gold sword where you can actually kill the big eyeball before you kill all the little eyeballs. I mean, I suppose you could do it with the Master Sword as well. It just would be really, really slow because you just wouldn't be doing anything in between the eyeball coming out.
And that cutscene save is actually really significant here because, like, we are getting very quickly to where this seed is probably just going to put them on a rope to the end.
Yep.
Although we do have the Ice Rod. The Ice Rod's always a
Ice
spoiler.
Rod Hunt is Ice Rod Hunt is always a possibility. No, I wonder if Lamp's gonna show up in Skull Woods. I mean, we don't need the lamp, but I always like to speculate where it is in these late no lamp seeds when you start doing the out of logic stuff. I'm probably just gonna have a mirror in Turtle Rock so that we have to use the medallion to get in. Like this was a normal seed. Like that's one of the a little sad if that's the case, because one of the fun parts about the inverted mode is that you can skip the medallion, and that looks like it may be taken away from us here. Ninjabro is gonna check the big chest. We know there's nothing here. Oh wait, there was. It was just a heart piece. So now he can skip the bridge chest. So it worked out fine. When I thought it was nothing. I was right that it was nothing, but I thought it was a dungeon item nothing, not a real item nothing.
Nice moth fight from Mike, and he is picking up the mirror.
Oh, never mind. The mirror's just going to be in Skull Woods sitting on Moth the entire time. So we had to go to Meyer to get our fire rod, to get our mirror. So the lamp will be in Swamp. That's my call. Whether we'll find it or not depends on when we find the stuff that we need. And we're back down to a good old-fashioned ice rod hunt.
Yeah, and I think that is a big break in this seed from Ninjambro's way, because Mike is going to go into Swamp here, and he's likely going to full clear it.
Yep.
So that means that we're getting closer and closer to last locationing that Turtle Rock big.
Yeah. I forgot that Mike still hasn't found that.
I mean, it was ages ago, to be fair. I mean, like, we're going on like almost an hour ago.
Yeah, I mean, Ninjambro, did the front escape pretty early in the seed. We had Light World access pretty early.
It's that confidence in those NMG strats of walking through the weird left of Hyrule Castle screen that no one cares about. And so, just hoping to find Ice Rod here to finish out our seed and not have Ice Rod be in Turtle Rock.
If it is in Turtle Rock, I suspect Ninjambro will do the maybe not Spike Cave, but do the other Dark World checks that are up on the mountain.
Yep.
Get his silver arrows. Get his book. I'll get his book, then get his silver arrows. Yeah, to answer chat, yeah, we have zero knowledge of Ice Rod. Could be anywhere. Yes, chat, could be on Ped. We would need the boots to show up for that to be a thing. So yeah, we didn't point out while Mike was doing it, but you'll see that Ninjambro still has to go to the Light World, still has to pull the dam, but instead of having to mirror from the Dark World to do this and then go back into the portal, he just literally pulls the dam and then just goes into the Light World with that mirror. Question in chat, where was the big... I want to say it was the second check, but I wouldn't swear to it. Which I guess is the boomerang chest. Looks like Mike is or not going to do... Yeah, is not going to do left side first.
Yeah, there's no way either runner does that. I mean, if Ninjambra
Oh, a
doesn't
lot
find
of
the
runners
ice rod,
would. There's a lot of runners who would do it. I wholeheartedly agree with not doing left side first, especially for Ninjambro with at go minus ice rod. But yeah, I'm a big fan of skipping that. It's such a slow check. Mike is allergic to cutscene. I'm allergic to left side swamp in a non-key sandy mode. And nothing feels worse than going to that left side. Now there's the map, so there's an item there, at least one. But nothing worse than going over to that left side and finding a map and a compass.
yeah, you want to first confirm that, and then also, I'm sorry, I missed the very first part of this dungeon. Did they find the big key?
Well, they had the big key already.
Oh, right, they had the big key coming in. My bad. But okay, so yeah, that's not a factor here because of the big key shuffle.
Right.
But like in a normal mode, you would also want to go to the back and see if you get the big key, so that when you go back into the dungeon, you can get the big chest on the way to the left side.
Yeah.
But like,
no, and that's another feels bad is if you full clear the dungeon, and you get like the big key on Argus, and then you have to go right back in if you want to actually full clear it. The more interesting question is, will either runner choose to go back in afterwards, or will they just head straight to Turtle Rock? Or in Mike's case, will he go to... because you can do quite a bit in Turtle Rock before that big key becomes required, so...
it's not really in Ninjambra's playstyle to make those gambles, so I imagine he'll do.
He'll go back in.
He's done with this dungeon, yeah. There is some potential for Mike to just go straight to Hyrule Castle here.
Yeah.
And he's mirroring.
Mike's made the decision not to go to left side. Looks like he's gonna walk up to Hyrule Castle, get his big key.
So yeah, and we're at another decisive point in this race. This has been a real back and forth battle. I imagine as soon as Mike gets this Turtle Rock big, that he's off to Turtle Rock. He just left left side swamp. He isn't coming back, right?
No, he's not coming back.
So if the ice rod's there, then pretty clear advantage for Ninjambro. If it's in Turtle Rock, I'd say pretty clear advantage for Mike.
For sure.
Up about probably a minute or so by the time it's done, because he's still got to traverse Hyrule Castle a bit.
Yeah. And he's going to do all of it because he's going to be looking for that ice rod too. And we know it's not there.
True. So both runners now on 6
Oh,
crystals.
no. Okay. He just said uncle. I don't understand that play. But that was the choice.
Oh. Where's...
Oh, Ninjambro also not doing left side swamp. They're also going to the mountain. Well, I mean, it could just be... Yeah, if it's in left side swamp, then we're just going to be here for a while. So now if Ice Rod is in Turtle Rock, huge advantage in Ninjambro. He also probably clears Hookshot Cave and gets... I suspect maybe gets his silvers. I can see him doing aft now. You do it before, you don't do it unless the Ice Rod's just not there. We'll see.
So how much of this do you think is the fact that both runners are sweating that Fire Rod in Mire a bit?
Well, they're both sweating that Fire Rod, for sure. Ninjambro also sweating that Hookshot.
Oh, Ninjambro definitely sweating the Hookshot. I mean, that's without question.
Let's see, there was some... oh, yeah, and we're still... and Structural Mike's still, of course, missing the... the Turtle Rock big key. And with that mirror, so Turtle Rock key logic, I'm not going to pretend that I know all the ins and outs of inverted Turtle Rock key logic, but it is possible that you might be required to go down to Laser Bridge In fact, yeah, to get a extra small key to be able to actually traverse through the dungeon. It's very odd. So I think you can actually have multiple small keys on the laser bridge, which normally could not happen.
All right, so here we go. Runners following each other into Turtle Rock.
And CS Tutor in chat confirming that that is the case.
Hey, there it is.
Nice lamp. I mean, it could have been sitting on left side swamp too, and then we never would have found it.
So Mike, not continuing to Chomps, is instead going to go and do some of the mirror locations, probably straight to Laser Bridge, I imagine.
Yeah, he could do that.
And then
like
just go
he
backwards?
doesn't have the since he doesn't have the big key, he can't to do anything but. I mean, he could do some more. He could do a little more. He could do Chomps. He could do the Crystal Roller Room. Sorry, not Crystal Roller. He's doing that from the back. He can do Chomps and he can do Lava Chest. That's the one I'm looking for. I think Ninjambro's going to do the same thing.
Got a key. Got a compass. Gotta fall down the pit. And get there. And some boots.
Hey, boots!
Oh no, that's
okay. And Ninjambro about to get silvers.
Yes, yes he is. And there's almost zero chance that Mike goes back for this.
No, he's not going back.
It's just not worth the time. And so Mike is now gonna fall down to west side.
Yeah, you can do that.
Kind of interesting. I mean, you can go backwards there, right? I mean,
you can. Yeah, you can go backwards and get Crystal Roller.
Because not having the big key does not preclude you from going backwards through the big key door.
Right. The only item he can't get, aside from obviously trying to... Oh, he hasn't done this yet.
This makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. The only item that you can't get, aside from obviously Trinex, is the big chest. And you can get to the big chest, you just can't actually pick up the item. But hey, desert and hey, Ped's in logic, so yay. Because we now have boots and a lamp.
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess it is.
And, you know, if the answer is Ped, then huge advantage in Gembro since he's done 2 of the dungeons already.
How did I know this is going to happen when I signed up for this doubleheader common bullcrap? How did I know? Zen Arcane hanging out in chat, like, why did I allow this? I just wanted to race.
This room that Ninjambro is in is really nice. All you have to do is hold up, and eventually the little platform will get back to the front. It's actually a good trick for when you're doing that normally in a dark room, because the platform is if you get lost, you just hold up, you can get back to the start.
Alright, so Chomp's chest incoming. No ice rod. It's a key. I think this is again why the chat was saying that not going all the way backwards was not the best.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now we're gonna get to see the big chest.
Yep, this is ice rod. It is not. It's a small key.
Alright, so that's all of Turtle Rock. So
that is all
boots.
of Turtle Rock.
It's boots time, baby.
Oh yeah, we got boots checks. We got boots checks, and we have Desert Palace. Let's go.
This would be the kind of thing that would happen, though. I mean, like when 2 minutes into the seed, we're talking about whoever needs King's Tomb. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, it's the
And then
one.
they'd
Mitch
show up
were
10
super
seconds
early,
later. Yeah.
and then hour plus later, we finally get boots, and Mike is just gonna go check ped because he knows it's in logic, and it makes sense to check. Like I said, checking ped when it's not in logic, yeah, whatever.
What
If
we
it's
got?
convenient, you do it. A frozen big.
Oh.
Oh my. Okay, so that's.
That
Okay.
is such a troll. I mean, like no one knows what all of the I mean, like that could be the ice rod, right?
It could be the.
Oh my
Please no.
god.
Oh my god. So let's see.
The double troll is like no one knows what all of the pedestal texts are for all the items. Like you just can't. There's so many of them, and they're very good. Like, I mean that's the props to the dev team.
Oh,
for doing
they're
that.
fun to read.
But as soon as you're looking for the ice rod and you see the word frozen, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah. Powder. There's that powder, that fake powder that Ninjembro did. Ninjembro just gonna bet on desert. I think I like this play for Ninjembro because he's already done 2 pendant dungeons.
Has he been
so
here?
A third? No, because he just got the book.
That's true. Yeah. He could not have come here before. So yeah, this makes sense. This is just an item density play.
And
it's
I
not
think that
either.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, okay, so Ninjembro's probably never getting powder, which is, it's my favorite safety, so I feel sad, but he's fine. He'll be fine without it. What else do we have left besides Left Side Swamp and Ice Palace Big Chest? And if you're Ninjembro, you're gonna blind pull pad and get that Ice Palace Big Key. Now, I don't even know if there's an item left in ice. Maybe somebody that was paying better attention than we were can tell us if there's an item there.
Well, I mean, at this point, if I'm the runner, I'm not even sure if I remember. That was like an hour ago.
I know, right? We did ice relatively early, which is not unusual in inverted.
But we do know that there is a guaranteed item on Land Molus here.
Yes.
Because of Ambrosia, the nature of it.
Okay. Maniacal, Ninjembro and yours teammate, says there is an item in the Ice Palace Big Chest. Oh god. I will point out that logically this is logically a ped seed. Because logically you are required to get that Ice Palace Big Key. Just no one ever does, or no one ever worries about it. In so much as except the similar to like Swamp Palace or something. Yeah, it's not like the Hera Big Key that occasionally can lock that hook shot and not allow you to Icebreaker. You could always Ice Palace Bomb Jump.
Oh no, this is not the play, Mike. This isn't it.
No. Well, I mean...
Oh wait, it might be the play.
It might be the play.
It might be the play. We don't know.
If it's
my God, I'm
in Ice
dizzy.
Palace Big Chest.
I'm so dizzy right now. I don't know what's going on. There's like 3 item checks left, and I still don't know what to do. I'm so glad I'm not playing
I feel
right
like did Mike just not do? Oh, because this is gonna be green pendant too, so it makes a lot of sense for him to just go ahead and do this. I think he did the dark room. Yeah, because he was in the dark maze. Nice kill. Always fun to have those silver arrows. There it is.
There we go.
Don't even have to pull pad. That is go mode.
Even saves on the fanfare. What a pro.
Yeah, I mean, and it makes sense that Mike is doing pod instead of desert. He's already tipped desert. I don't know if he got an item there or not. This is guaranteed 2 items. So, I mean, this play totally makes sense from his perspective. The fact that Ninjembro already full cleared meant that what he did in going into desert made a lot of sense since he hadn't touched it and got the book late.
What a fun seed. I mean, like, to watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely an entertaining, good way to start the day.
There's just so many crazy twists and turns in this one.
Actually, and honestly, this is the first time since early moments where I would actually say that Ninjembro has a lead. There may have been some early moments where he had, you know, what we like to call just an advantage, where he's gotten something that Mike has not. But this is definitely now a lead. Oh yeah, and Mike still doesn't have the big key.
Yeah, no, that's big. I don't know, Brave. Maybe. I mean, it's all. I guess all that's left.
Don't worry. Maximum Barnage's race will not start without him.
That would be a decisive advantage for
Yeah, it would.
for Team Last Locationeers to do the for me to not do commentary skip.
Oh gosh, and yeah, sadly though, Structural Mike might live up to that name. At least he's. Oh no, if he does, God, please do Friend of Escape before Desert. Because if he does Desert first, gets the Ice Rod, still needs that Turtle Rock big key. I mean, don't you go bet on the Ice Palace big chest?
I mean, I don't know. I just like at this point. Just because of the way things turned out, I just don't see a way back into this one for Mike.
Yeah. Oh, I don't either.
Where it was, you know, I mean, it would take something catastrophic. Because we're gonna be playing a game here pretty soon.
Yep. I still want to see. Okay, is he going castle first? Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Here he is.
So he will get go mode in the same place that Ninjembro did.
That's
that would have been a big yikes if he followed the ped to the Ice Palace big chest. All right, Ninjembro getting his 7th crystal, as not quite oops all dungeoned it because we didn't go into Castle Tower, but darn near.
All right, so we have a little game upcoming as Ninjembro approaches what looks like Hyrule Castle, but psych, it's GT. So you wanna lead us in for the game?
No, sure. 1 through 22. One of those will, still Ganon's Tower, so 1 through 22. One of those will be your big key. We don't have a bot right now, but you can put your guesses in, and maybe someone will scroll back and tell us who wins. I will point out, basically, what we didn't talk about this earlier. What Inversion does is it swaps Castle Tower and Ganon's Tower, which means you have to go into the light world, like Ninjembro has done. It does make it for an interesting point that having to actually do Castle Tower in Inverted is not nearly as bad as in most modes, because it gets you a free save and quit right here.
Yeah, I'd say it's significantly more common in inverted modes to do Castle Tower than in other modes. All right, so this is 1.
Nice.
Tempered sword 2.
Yeah, we're not gonna have to do a Master Sword Ganon fight, which is so yeah, Ninjembro going to be on Master Sword Silvers. That's sorry, Tempered Silvers. That'll be really nice and cozy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to keep going right. Wait. Why is Mike going back into Mire?
Cutscene.
Oh, right. He still hasn't actually gotten his ice rod.
the mental damage was too much.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Meanwhile, we checked another 4 locations for the big key and clearly did not find it, so this will be 7 at the torch. Just going to use a little ether. 8 is a small key, 9 is rupees, 10 is the compass, Loving his more rupees.
Yeah, just keep piling on trash, game. We'll get this big key eventually.
I mean, it could be worse. There are some old versions where you had like 3 swords in GT pretty regularly.
I played
Fortunately,
those.
I bet you. I did not play those, thankfully.
I didn't mind it so much. I mean, it's the same for everybody. Like swordless every once in a while is like kind of a treat, actually.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's kind of fun to have to do the weird stuff, have weird item sets for dungeons. That's why I like cross keys myself. Probably you too, since you are the cross keys guy on your team.
Yep. All right, so we have.
Are we 13?
I think so. Yep. So this will be 14, right?
Okay. And there it is. Oh, look, it's the big key to this. Oh, we should mention, we've been talking about this shuffle big key the entire time. The big key to GT is not shuffled, so that's still, it's not an item we have to find separately.
Yes, for
completely
the purpose of not being annoying.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe the purpose is so that the chat can have their big key guessing game.
We did think about chat. And here comes the answer for Mike. He will have his Ice Rod and be in go mode presently.
Yeah, I mean, he could have gone... no, wait, in this version you actually can't go straight to the back. It does not work. You have to go through the dungeon. We'll see if he skips anything here. And Mindful Beast, our wonderful tracker, pointing out homemade beer, got the 14, got the win. So shout outs to homemade beer.
So, this is looking like 1-0 advantage for likely. I mean, don't want to counter chickens, right? But yeah, and unless something goes catastrophically here, Mike still has to beat Turtle Rock. Ninja's got Silver's advantage. Looking like 1-0 advantage for Bottles. We are coming close to the end of this ALTTPR League, which has been honestly a great couple of months. It's been pretty fun. On the other side of the conference finals bracket, we have a real barn burner of a match between JK Law and Oops All Foxes that also got a match scheduled for today early this morning. I don't know if there's the potential for some of those following the tournament to have missed it, but they will be playing also today at 3:10. So potential decisive match in that other side of the bracket matchup. And then, of course, as we've been talking about, the remainder of the opening 3 matches between Bottles on Empty and Last Locationeers also occurring today. One immediately after between myself and Zen Arcane, and one at 4:10 between Scottish Brave and Maniacal. So if you didn't set aside your entire day to watch Rando, you have made a mistake. So
true. Okay, Mike gets his Ice Rod and just saves and quits because you don't actually need the pendant. Yeah, and I will point out that we actually have gotten far enough in the Open League playoffs that all 4 of these teams that are still in it will be moving into Invitational next year, which will be a lot of fun for them. Earning their spots the cool way. Says, yeah, it doesn't. You know, there's probably a sword somewhere in GT, but
yep,
it could be somewhere in the basement at this point. You know,
ain't got time for that. My tempered Ganon's good.
Tempered plus silvers is pretty good.
Wow, look at this Aga setup.
I know, right? Sad that there's a blue ball in there, though.
That reminded me of the like Aga backup dancers logo for their team, where they're all just lined up.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Another team from Open League with a great name. And Mike out of magic in Turtle Rock, having to do boomerang rather than the preferred cane strats.
Fortunately, there's a nice convenient magic refill right there.
And Njembro is off to fight the pig. So it looks like we got a 1 cycle to start. Plenty of slashes here.
And just taking the fire bat down. He's got red mail. He's fine.
Yep. Not even bothering with cape or anything like that.
Not even the hook shot. Hook shot iframe strats are pretty common.
Yep.
He does have, I do believe he's got a red bottle. Just in case things go off the rails, but...
Like with a very nice Trinex fight. Master Sword being a little wonky sometimes, where you have to like do some hammer and some sword, you know?
Yeah.
And we got a double, and we got a single, and that is GG. Get your GGs in the chat for Njembro, and I'm not looking at the race time room.
I got it. Official race time of 1:45:48, and I'm not sure at what point, but Mike is going to forfeit. Not going to finish this up. So hopefully we can get them into chat for a quick interview. Our time will be relatively short because your race should have started like 3 minutes from now. But
oh shoot, I got to get my stream up. Dang, I'm going to do that right now. So yes, totally concentrated and dialed in for my race in 10 minutes.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
A race that you win, Barnage.
Yeah, we do have Njembro joining us. GG.
Hey, GG's.
So, mushroom.
Gosh, mushroom.
Yeah, that act. I mean, the mushroom in particular puts you in somewhat of a hole. Mike had that hook shot a lot earlier than you did. I guess your one advantage is you actually got to get the silvers instead of just looking at them longingly like he did.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because he had the hook shot and was up to get the book, but before he had a second sword. So,
ouch. Yeah, that was one of those seeds that can just go 800 different ways depending on how you route it. Like there was a point in time. Like there was a point in time where I strongly considered breaking Death Mountain, and I was like, well, I guess technically not breaking Death Mountain. Like the entire seed, I'm just like, I don't have hook shot. I'm going up to the mountain, but I have the flute, which is really quick, so there's no reason whatsoever for me to ever rescue the old man here, which felt very weird.
Yeah, it's such a slow check, too, in inverted.
Like, if I have the hook shot, I probably check it, like, on the first trip up the mountain, and, like, on the ice rod hunt, I would have checked it, on the way, like, back up to, like, at any point, if I would have had the boots, I would have checked it as well, because I could just, like, go up the dark mountain without the old man and just mirror to the cave, and it'd be a lot quicker, but, like, there was no way with how many checks were available that I was ever saving the old man, like, without the hook shot or the boots.
Yeah, we also have Structural Mike joining us. GG's.
GG's.
Hey, GG's.
Congratulations on the crucial first win.
Hey, thanks. It was a heck of a seed.
Yeah, you both, of course, converged in Turtle Rock, and then it just came down to the Ice Rod hunt. And I feel like there was a little bit of advantage to Ninjembro just because he had already full cleared pod and hadn't touched desert. So, suddenly Ped was, and suddenly, you go through Turtle Rock, it puts Ped in logic. It was a logical Ped seed, as it turns out, because the Ice Palace Big Key was sitting there.
Yeah, it was quite funny to see that. And we talked a little bit in chat, and I saw, Ninjembro got the flute super early, and
Yes,
I heard
he did.
now that I got the hook shot earlier.
Yep.
But it turns out the flute was more important in the seed than the hook shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hook shot was fairly late for me. Like, I got that mushroom kind of early, and I just held on to it for a very long time because I wanted to find a good time to bake powder and then be able to go turn in the mushroom. But I just kept finding things that led me away from starting the smith chain.
We were calling for that fake powder for about an hour.
Well, we did see powder in the end when I did it.
Oh no, he did. He did the fake powder. It was 10
you did
arrows.
do the fake powder.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
And then still didn't turn the mushroom in for quite a while after that.
Wow.
Yeah,
so I did the thing that happened in my brain was that I went into found out on Ice.go mode to skip everything, and once I tried to open that chest in TR, and it said you need a big key. It's like
Oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have skipped everything on my way here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much differently I would have played it. I would certainly have cleared the Hyrule Castle beforehand, and I would have gotten that big key and checked that big chest.
Yep.
But then I still would have wound up having to do an Ice Rod hunt.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think it would have made a huge difference in this one.
Yeah, I don't think you check desert for Ice Rod before you dip into Turtle Rock. Maybe some people do.
No.
It just seems like an unlikely play, especially in inverted, where going back to Trinex is a lot easier than it normally would be, because you can just jump down and you have the mirror, so you just jump down to Laser Bridge. No mirror portals need to be saved.
Yeah. So that inverted, especially in Roche, is very volatile. So it usually goes very differently for people when they've played it, and there's no meta. As far as I know, you don't know what the other person is doing necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes this mode a lot of fun because it's like I was saying earlier, I found the Eastern, I think it was the Eastern Big Key, whichever one was on Race Game, insanely late for how
That's right.
was available.
Yep.
Because
dipped Eastern first, which is kind of, you were both in Eastern at the same time. The first time.
It's I generally will route in Vroja. I'll do all of CAC except for the race game, because then I'll just go north from there and kind of go over to Graveyard Ledge, drop down into the back of Escape, come back out through the Sank, and then go down and do Uncle in front of Hyrule Castle. And then I usually kind of loop back over to the race game at some point, and everything just kind of led me to go other places and just say, oh, well, there's probably nothing over there. Joke's on me.
Yeah, at one point you're both looking for those big keys, but yeah. Ninjembro got the big key to Turtle Rock very, very early, relatively speaking, and I'm just glad, Mike, that you didn't pull Ped and check the Ice Palace big chest.
Well, that was gonna be my next move after ammo. It was my last hope. I actually hoped for it, because that would have been my out here, because there's no way with Last Locationing Ice Rod like that is gonna win me the game versus a person that can execute better than me at this stage in the league. So, and it turned out it wasn't there. So here we are.
Maybe
my teammates can carry me.
Well, yeah.
Carried sometimes.
Yeah. Speaking of carrying, we should cut this a little short. Actually, I'm not sure we did, but we should cut this pretty soon. With the next race scheduled to start 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes from now with the delay.
Yeah, thanks for being slow, guys. Jeez.
But yeah.
No, I just wanted to say to Structural Mike real quick. I feel like you've really sold me on this inversion mode. Like, I was not a huge fan of original inverted, but like after watching this race and seeing you be a proponent of the mode, like I mean, this race was like wild. It was really fun to watch.
It was.
So, like,
worth waking up early for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I love this mode. When Mike picked it against me, I was like, uh-oh, he's probably really good at this mode, but it's okay because I like playing it, so even if I lose, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what I think too. And I'm glad it was a good show and the people enjoyed it. And personally, I'm tired of it now. I practice it too much for the league, so I was like, I don't want to play in Roche again. For a while, but it's still a good mode, and you end up in weird situations.
Yeah.
So play more of it. Maybe it comes back in ladder one day. Who knows?
Yeah. I'll bet it will at some point. It's in the grab bag right now if you get the 1 in 16, but we do need to get this wrapped up. The next game is my COCOM Maxim Barnes versus Cena Kane. Same 2 teams. That'll be right here on SpeedGaming 2, so don't touch that dial. But yeah. Thanks to our runners, Ninjembro, GG's for put your team up 1-0. Mike, GG's for putting on a good show. It really was a fun race to watch. And of course, thank you to Maxim Barge for joining me, even though he has to go set up to play.
Yep, I started my stream semi-responsibly. We're almost live.
Oh, so. Good, excellent. And of course, huge shout outs to our tracker, Mindful Beast. I always say the trackers are the MVPs. This is no different. Great job, and always want to thank those trackers doing the great jobs. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it. Stay tuned for the next race. We'll see you then.